President Obama was briefed Wednesday night on the intensifying situation in a St. Louis suburb where protesters continue to clash with police in the wake of the fatal shooting of an unarmed black teenager. Obama, who has been vacationing with his family on Martha's Vineyard, was briefed on the unfolding situation in Ferguson. Senior advisor Valerie Jarrett and Attorney General Eric Holder. Obama is scheduled to make a statement at 12:15 p.m. ET, in part, on the situation in Ferguson. The president has kept a measured tone and urged calm, saying earlier in the week, "We should comfort each other and talk with one another in a way that heals, not in a way that wounds." But the situation on the ground has left the St. Louis suburb on edge. There were standoffs and reports of objects, including Molotov cocktails, being thrown at SWAT teams. Police responded by lobbing tear gas and concussion grenades to disperse the crowds. Video footage released from the dark streets resembled images usually reserved for war zones. The protests stemmed from Saturday's fatal shooting of 18-year-old Michael Brown, whom police have said was shot after an officer encountered him and another man on the street. Police said one of the men pushed the officer into his squad car, then physically assaulted him in the vehicle. Police said there was a struggle for the officer's weapon. At least one shot was fired inside the car. The struggle then spilled onto the street, where Brown was shot multiple times. In their initial news conference about the shooting, police didn't specify whether Brown was the person who scuffled with the officer in the car and have refused to clarify their account. Ferguson Police Chief Tom Jackson said Wednesday that the officer involved sustained swelling facial injuries. Dorian Johnson, who says he was with Brown when the shooting happened, has told a different story. He told media outlets that the officer ordered them out of the street, then tried to open his door so close to the men that it ricocheted back, apparently upsetting the officer. Johnson says the officer grabbed his friend's neck, then tried to pull him into the car before brandishing his weapon and firing. He says Brown started to run and the officer pursued him, firing multiple times. Johnson and another witness both say Brown was on the street with his hands raised.